Good evening. Welcome back to Eastside Center, where tonight one of two programs will leave East Peoria a state champion in softball for the first time in program history. The Morrison Phillies facing the Shelbyville Rams for the Class 2A state title after lengthy delays all afternoon and evening. We will crown a state champion tonight at Mizuno Field here at the Eastside Center. Shelbyville will be the home team tonight. Grace Small in the pitching circle, facing the Morrison Phillies, and Shelbyville winning their first ever regional championship, sectional and super sectional, now playing for a state title. And head coach Josh Maxwell, our condolences to Coach Maxwell and his family. His mother passed away yesterday after a 7-year battle with cancer, so our condolences go to Josh Maxwell and his family for his loss. Grace Small will face Shannon Finneran, the center fielder, to lead off tonight's Class 2A state title game. Finneran, followed by Marie Dieter and Christy Wurzma in the Phillies lineup. First pitch fouled back into the fence, and it's an 0-1 count. Grace Small, a sophomore, she is verbally committed to Arkansas. A 1-0 win over Alton Marquette last night in the semifinal. Mall delivers the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, just misses up high for the 1-1. Finneran, the center fielder, went 3 for 5 last night. 2 runs, 2 RBI as that pitch misses down low, 2-1. Morrison played Lyle in the other semifinal. A great game between those two squads as Mall delivers the 2-1 pitch, fouled out of play down the right field line. Nice catch made in the bleachers by that fan sitting in the Phillies section. It's a 2-2 count on Shannon Finneran. 2-2 pitch on the way from Grace Small to Shannon Finneran. Up high, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Finneran sat down, and Marie Dieter, the catcher, at bat for the Phillies. One away here in the first inning. Marie Dieter facing Grace Small. First pitch up high, misses. 1-0. Morrison last night won in extras 9-4. It went 8 innings. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Mall. Swing and a miss. Evens the count 1-1. 9-4 in that semifinal game that went 8 innings, a 5-run eighth for the Phillies. Jams her, fouled back into the fence. It's 1-2. Lyle had taken a 3-0 lead. Morrison scratched a run across in the 4th and 1 in the 5th inning. Then took a 4-3 lead before Lyle tied it in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 1-2 from Mall. That's jammed foul down the first base line as Dieter stays alive. It's 1-2 on the catcher. One away here in the first inning. Mall's 1-2 delivery. Just misses off the plate, 2-2. Marie Dieter with 2 runs and 2 RBI in that game last night, following that back into the fence. A 2-2 count on Marie Dieter. One away, top of the first inning. Morrison looking for their first state championship in softball after 3 previous attempts here in the state finals. A couple of third-place finishes and a fourth-place finish as Dieter hops that into short, and the throw to first is made. The 6-3 put out. Great play made by Shelbyville shortstop. Taylor Rose. 2 away, first inning. Christy Wurzma, the batter. Wurzma came in hitting .446 through the regular season and the postseason. That first pitch by Grace Small misses, and it's a 1-0 count. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Mall. That one tapped foul to even the count, 1-1. Morrison High School has a state championship in football. Now that state title was won in 2009. 2 away, top of the first inning. The 1-1 pitch by Mall inside, misses, 2-1. Wurzma with 8 home runs on the year, 31 RBI. She faces the 2-1 pitch by Mall, and that one ringed up a strike, 2-2. 10 doubles and 3 triples on the year for Wiersma. 42 runs scored and 31 RBI. Swing and a miss, strike 3 ends the inning. Grace Mall sets him down 1-2-3. 2 strikeouts. We head to the bottom of the first, scoreless, in the Class 2A state championship game between Shelbyville and Morrison at the Eastside Center. Welcome back to the Eastside Center Class 2A state championship game, Morrison and Shelbyville. The Phillies set down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Many fans sticking around here at East Peoria, as we had a couple delays during the third place game, which was called in the 5th inning. Alton Marquette wins the third place trophy, a 5-1 win over Lyle, and Alexis Silkwood, the sophomore from Alton Marquette, set the single season strikeout record with a 500 in that game earlier. Shelbyville leads off with Hannah Dudley, followed by Taylor Rhodes and Shannon Boone, the 1-2-3 hitters. Dudley, the second baseman, 0 for 3 last night in a 1-0 ball game. A 1-run scored in the third by the Rams. First pitch misses up high, and it's 1-0 on Dudley. Danielle Strelo, starting pitcher for the Morrison Phillies tonight. She tosses the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit foul, and catch just missed. That was a tough play made by first baseman Christy Wiersma. Looks like she might have slid on the grass in foul territory down that right field line. A 1-1. On Dudley. Dudley, Rhodes, Boone this inning. Here's the Strelo pitch. Swung on, hit right back to second base, and the 4-3 put out is made. That brings up Taylor Rhodes. Here it is again as Dudley hits that one. Just takes a bounce into Morrison's second baseman, Allie Wiersma's hands, and she makes the quick throw over to Wiersma at first. One away, bottom one. 0-0, Class 2A state title game. Taylor Rhodes, the batter, the shortstop. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Last night in the semis, Rhodes 0 for 3. Faces an 0-1 from Strelo. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 2. 0-2 to Taylor Rhodes. Strelo 14-5 on the season with a 1.50 ERA, 135 strikeouts and 25 walks. That pitch swung on and missed. That swung on and fouled back out of play. And stays alive on an 0-2 count. Rhodes came in hitting .429 on the season. 54 hits and 126 at-bats. She faces the 0-2 from Strelo. Misses high and inside. Looks like it was as Rhodes facing the Strelo pitch. Swung on, hit into the shortstop's hands. The throw over to first is made in time. The 6-3 ground out. What a play by Caitlin Finneran, the Morrison Phillies shortstop, and that's what we saw in the super sectional win over Q&D. Here's another look at that as it takes a couple of bounces in the infield dirt. Wiersma diving after it, picks it up, makes the throw just in time for out number 2. The Phillies robbed Quincy Notre Dame a couple of times in the super sectionals for a 1-0 win. First pitch strike on the batter, Shannon Boone, the center fielder. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Strelo. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Boone went 1 for 4 last night with an RBI. That RBI single in the third inning plated the only run of the game in the semifinal win over Alton Marquette. An 0-2 count on Boone, the center fielder. 2 away, first inning, 0-0. The Strelo pitch, swung on, hit over to Wiersma, backhands it, but slips on the dirt. Which would be an infield single for Shannon Boone. So Shannon Boone with that single. What a backhand by Caitlin Finneran over at shortstop, but just slid on that dirt. Couldn't make the throw. 2 outs in the first inning. Grace Mall hits it to Finneran. This time she'll step up, make the throw to first in time for the 6-3 ground out. Couple of nice plays in the field from Caitlin Finneran, the Phillies shortstop, and it's 0-0 after 1 in the Class 2A state championship game at Eastside Center. Welcome back to Eastside Center as the Morrison Phillies and Shelbyville Rams vie for a state championship. Top of 2, Caitlin Finneran, Danielle Strelo, Allie Hansen. Due up the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Phillies. Finneran, the shortstop, made a couple of great plays in the field. In that first inning, here's Grace Mall's first pitch. Called strike 1. Finneran, just a sophomore for this Phillies team. 1 for 3 last night. Scored a run, also walked. Scored that run in the 5-run 8th inning last night against Lyle. A 9-4 victory to get here to the state title game. That pitch misses outside. It's 2-1 on the shortstop, Finneran. There's head coach Tammy Dieter. Our team in the state championship game for the first time in 4 appearances, 2 third-place finishes, and a 4th-place trophy for the Phillies softball program. It's a 2-2 count on Caitlin Finneran. Ball switches out softballs, heads back to the circle. 0-0 game here in the top of the 2nd inning. Strelo on deck for the Phillies. The 2-2 pitch lined into center field, and that's going to be a base hit for Caitlin Finneran. Single for Finneran brings up Danielle Strelo. See that again. Right off the bat into center field in the gap. Caitlin Finneran reaches on the first hit for the Phillies tonight. Danielle Strelo steps up to the plate. 2 for 4 night last night. A run scored and 2 knocked in. A single and a double as that pitch misses inside, ball 1. 1-0 count on Strelo. Showing bunt, lays it down. Foul. And it's 1-1 on Strelo. She entered the state finals hitting .316. 36 hits and 114 at-bats. 36 RBI and 17 runs scored. Here's the 1-1 from Mall. Inside throw down to second. It's going to throw down to first. It's going to get into the right field. Drop down to the right fielder, and that will allow Finneran to reach second on the throwing error. And it's a 2-1 count on Danielle Strelo. So Morrison has a runner in scoring position. Caitlin Finneran now at second. Strelo takes a couple swings. Strelo, the starting pitcher, was also the winning pitcher last night. Jammed foul. Back into the fence to bring the count 2-2. Strelo, a senior for the Phillies. As Grace Mall readies the 2-2 pitch. That one's lined foul down the first base line near the Phillies dugout. Mall now 25-3 on the season with a sub-1 ERA. Over 300 strikeouts on the year. The 2-2 pitch. Tapped foul. Stays alive. Danielle Strelo facing a 2-2. None out here in the 2nd inning. 0-0 game. State title on the line. The Phillies have a runner at second. Caitlin Finneran reached on a single. Took second on the throwing error. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed strike 3. 3rd strikeout for Grace Mall tonight. That'll bring up the 3rd baseman, Allie Hansen. Grace Mall eyes in to face Hansen with 1 away in the 2nd inning. Runner on second for the Phillies. Showing bunt. Lays it down the first base line. She will be tagged out And sacrifices Finneran to third. Brings up Allie Wurzema, the second baseman. Wurzema came in hitting .283 on 13 of 46 hitting, 4 RBI and 13 runs. Added to that last night with a 2-for-3 day at the plate. First pitch called, strike one. Gets 0-1 on Wurzema. Finneran over at third base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped foul. It's 0-2. Wurzema 2-for-3 last night with a run scored. She hit a single and a double and drove in 2 runs. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Mall. Hits that over to second base. The throw to first in time for the 4-3 putout. Strands a runner at third base, and we're scoreless heading to the bottom of the second. Shelbyville and Morrison playing for a state title in Class 2A from the East Side Center. Welcome back to East Side Center. Bottom of the second inning, 0-0 in the Class 2A state title game. Shelbyville batting. The 5, 6, 7 hitters due up. Abby Watton, Sade Martin, and Kaylin Coleman. Watton, the first baseman. The Shelbyville Rams, a left-hander. A 6-foot sophomore. And she pops that one foul out of play behind the bleachers filled with Shelbyville Rams fans behind their dugout. Watton will dig back in and face an 0-1 from Danielle Strelo. Watton was 0-for-2 last night with a walk. Here's Strelo's 0-1 pitch. And this is outside. It's 1-1. Each team with a hit. Shelbyville charged with an error in that last frame. That allowed Finneran to take second. As Strelo readies the 1-1 pitch to Abby Watton. That pitch is hit into center field, and the catch is made by Morrison center fielder Shannon Finneran, diving headfirst and makes the grab in center field. Let's see that play again. As the pitch by Strelo off the bat of Watton. Launches that into center field. Finneran diving to make the grab in the first out of the bottom of the second inning. Sade Martin, the catcher, at the plate for Shelbyville. First pitch from Strelo. This is the plate, 1-0. Shelbyville plays in the Okaw Valley Conference. There's head coach Josh Maxwell in his 4th season. Team has improved each year under his guidance as that foul back into the fence to bring the count 1-1. 14 wins in 2009, 26 a year ago, and 33 wins here in 2011 for Shelbyville. A 1-1 count on Martin. 1 out here in the second inning. That pitch hit up, and it's going to be caught by the Morrison second baseman, Allie Wurzema, for the second out of the inning. Made the backtracking catch for out number 2 and brings up Caitlin Coleman, the third baseman. 2 away, scoreless game. Strelo to Coleman. First pitch by Danielle Strelo. Just misses, 1-0. That Okaw Valley Conference going to be very tough in the coming years. A lot of young talent among the teams in the Okaw. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1-1 count on Caitlin Coleman, the Shelbyville third baseman. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning, 0-0. Strelo set to throw the 1-1. That pitch just misses down low to bring the count 2-1. The Lady Rams decked in purple and white. Shelbyville High School enrollment, 375 students. And the 2-1 pitch on the way from Strelo to Coleman. Hit high down the left field line, and that's drifting out of play. Over the left field foul fence. Phillies left fielder Paul LaBush attempting to make that play. 2-2 count on Coleman. Whitney Fox on deck for Shelbyville. 2 outs in this inning. 0-0 game. The pitch by Strelo to Coleman. Swung on, dropped third strike, gets behind, back to the fence, and that will allow Coleman to reach on the drop third strike. So that brings up Whitney Fox with a runner on. Coleman. Whitney Fox, the left fielder. Pitch misses up high, brings the count to 1-0. Strelow's 1-0 pitch. Called strike one, evens the count up 1-1. Fox, a junior. Plays on in left field. She scored a run last night. A 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed strike two. Fox went 0 for 3 with a run scored. Scored the only run in that semifinal victory. Strelow's 1-2 pitch outside 2-2. Fox last night reached on an E1, drove in on a Shannon Boone RBI single, and it was a 1-0 victory for Shelbyville. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Strelo, swing and a miss, strike three, ends the inning. 2 strikeouts in that inning for Danielle Strelo. And after 2 innings, still scoreless, Morrison and Shelbyville for the Class 2A state title at Eastside Center. Welcome back to Eastside Center. Head to the 3rd inning, 0-0 between Morrison and Shelbyville in the Class 2A state championship game. The first ever trip to the state finals for the Shelbyville Rams, while the Morrison Phillies there rooting on their squad for the 4th time in program history at the state finals. A couple of 3rd place finishes and a 4th place finish under head coach Tammy Dieter. In fact, this is their 4th appearance in the state finals in the past 5 seasons. Dieter, 17 seasons as the head coach for the Morrison Phillies. 371 wins. So Sam Sumption batting. Called strike one. Sam Sumption playing in right field. She's batting for Chelsea Eads. The 8th spot. An 0-1 count on Sumption. And the 0-1 pitch. Called strike two. Sumption was 1 for 3 last night with a run and RBI. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed strike three. 4th strikeout for Grace Mall. Shelbyville Lady Rams. Scoreless ball game. 1 out. Top of the 3rd. Paula Bush, the left fielder. Swings on and fouls that one off. An 0-1 count. Bush 1 for 4 with an RBI last night. Morrison plays in the Three Rivers Conference as Mall delivers the 0-1 pitch up high. 1-1. 348 enrollment at Morrison High School. Mall delivers the 1-1 pitch. That one's chopped foul down the 3rd baseline. And it's 1-2. The varsity girls, the Phillies. The guys are nicknamed the Mustangs. The underclassmen, the Yearlings. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one drops down low for a ball, 2-2. 1 out here in the 3rd inning, 0-0 Class 2A state title game. Bush, the left fielder, a left-hander, fouls that one back into the fence, stays alive, 2-2. Morrison in Whiteside County, northeast of the Quad Cities, across the river from Clinton, Iowa. A 2-2 count on Paula Bush, the left fielder. The ball delivery. Chops that one over to second base, and the throw is good for the 4-3 ground out. Nice play made by Hannah Dudley, the Shelbyville second baseman. Scoops it up. Throw is perfect to her first baseman, Abby Watton. The batter now, the leadoff hitter Shannon Finneran. Finneran struck out in her last at bat. She's 0 for 1 tonight. Ahead in the count, 1-0 with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0 from Ball. That one lined right into the glove of Abby Watton. Heads up play by the first baseman, Abby Watton. And 3 outs, a 1-2-3 third inning. As we head to the bottom of the third, 0-0 in the Class 2A state championship game. Welcome back to the Eastside Center. We head to the bottom of the third inning. 0-0 between Morrison and Shelbyville. Class 2A state championship on the line. We crowned a state champion earlier today in Class 1A, the United Red Storm, in their 4th appearance at state. Blank Danville Schlarman 6-0. Earlier in Class 2A, the third place game was called in the 5th inning. Alton Marquette with a 5-1 win over Lyle. Had 3 lightning delays. But we're able to get into the 5th inning. Here in the state title game, bottom 3, 0-0, Shelbyville at bat. The 9-1-2 hitters, Holly Schultz, the right fielder, leads off. First pitch from Strelo, drops down, ball 1. Schultz was 0 for 3 last night. Came in hitting .289 with 19 RBI. The 1-0 from Strelo, hit into left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. And Schultz takes a hard turn at first. She's aboard with a single. Second hit for the Shelbyville Lady Rams in this state title game. And that brings up the leadoff hitter, Hannah Dudley. Hannah, the second baseman, grounded out to second base in the first inning. Strelo's first pitch, lays down the bunt in the glove at third base, and she's caught off guard, and it's a double play. As Schultz, here's the play again, the bunt hard off the bat, and Morrison, third baseman Allie Hansen, makes the throw, and Schultz caught off guard in the DP. Brings up Taylor Rhodes. Rhodes jams that foul down the left field line, out of play. 2 outs in this third inning. An 0-1 count on the shortstop, Taylor Rhodes. She grounded out to short in the first inning. Danielle Strelo readies the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, that's hit to short. Finneran knocks it down, makes the throw, not in time. But once again, a nice stop by Finneran. It's a base hit for Rhodes. Knocking that ball down. 2 away, bottom 3. And Allie Finneran, Caitlin Finneran, I should say, is just a sophomore. This Morrison Phillies team. The batter, Shannon Boone. Hits that into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Actually, it gets between the legs of the Morrison right fielder, Josh Maxwell, giving the go-ahead. And coming around is Taylor Rhodes, sliding into home plate, and she is tagged out at the plate for out number 3. Rhodes getting sent around third base and just gets tagged out. Let's see that play again. It's lined out into right field, just between the legs of the Morrison right fielder, back to the near the fence. Rhodes gets that call around third base, hustling around third, slides into home plate. The tag applied by Marie Dieter for the third out of the third inning. We head to the fourth, still scoreless in the Class 2A state title game. Welcome back to Eastside Center. There's the Morrison Phillies. How about the defense by the Phillies through this postseason, throughout the whole season? Something we talked to Phillies head coach Tammy Dieter about on Thursday night at the team banquet. Great defense in that super sectional win over Quincy Notre Dame, a 1-0 victory. Some nice plays made out of the field tonight, and they take a run away from Shelbyville with that play at the plate, tagging out Taylor Rhodes for the third out of the third inning. Top of the fourth, Morrison at bat. Leading off is Marie Dieter, the catcher. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 hitters this frame for the Phillies. A 1-0 count on Dieter. She's 0 for 1, grounded out to shortstop in the first inning. She lines that one foul into the fence. Evens the count up 1-1. Morrison beat Alton Marquette last year for third place. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's a called strike. A 1-2 count on Marie Dieter. Dieter, Wiersma, Finneran in this frame for the Phillies. Grace Mall, the sophomore pitcher. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 5th strikeout for Grace Mall tonight. Gets her on the outside, swinging. Christy Wiersma, the batter, the first baseman, 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out in the first. Here's the first pitch from Mall, inside, misses, called strike 1. 0-1 on Wiersma, the Morrison first baseman. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one's jammed up, and the catch is made by Shelbyville shortstop Taylor Rhodes. Caitlin Finneran, the batter. The Morrison shortstop bats with 2 outs. First pitch just misses outside. It's 1-0. Finneran 1 for 1 tonight, a single. That's a called strike, 1-1. Finneran hit that base hit in the second inning, advanced to second on an error, and was sacrificed to third on an Allie Hansen sac bunt. As that pitch misses low and outside, 2-1. 2-1 count with 2 outs, and that one is hit foul. 2-2 count. 2-2 count on Caitlin Finneran. And Mall's pitch misses outside to bring it full, 3-2. Finneran 5 home runs. The 3-2 pitch chopped over to short. It's bobbled by Roche. She picks it up, throws it high, and Watton with a nice pull down. But Finneran will reach. And that's going to be an E6 for Caitlin Finneran. And brings up Danielle Strelo. First pitch to Strelo, swung on and missed. Oh, 0-1 count on Danielle Strelo. She's 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out in the second inning. The 0-1 pitch by Mall. Called strike 2. It's an 0-2 count on Danielle Strelo, the Morrison starting pitcher. As Grace Mall fires the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 6 strikeouts for Grace Mall tonight, and we're still scoreless heading to the bottom of the 4th inning between Shelbyville and Morrison in the Class 2A state championship game. Welcome back to Eastside Center. We're scoreless heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. Shelbyville and Morrison. Danielle Strelo will face Grace Mall, Abby Watton, and Sade Martin, the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Mall, the pitcher, Watton, the first baseman, and Martin, the catcher. So Grace Mall, the starting pitcher, steps in for the Shelbyville Lady Rams, making their first appearance in the state finals after making their first ever trip to the sectionals and super sectional. The Rams have 4 hits in this ball game, giving up just 1 hit to the Phillies. Strelo's first pitch to Mall, swung on, and that hit right into the glove of Morrison's second baseman, Allie Wiersma. 1 away in the 4th. Bringing up Abby Watton. Wiersma just comes in, makes that grab for the first out of the inning. Watton over at first base, facing Danielle Strelo. Watton popped out to center in the second inning. First pitch from Strelo, swung on and missed. 0-1. Morrison beat QND, Quincy Notre Dame 1-0 in the super sectional after beating Riverdale in the sectional title game 3-0 and Harvard in 5 innings, 10-0 in the sectional semis. Strelo delivers the 0-1 pitch. That one misses outside, 1-1. Morrison played in the Lyle Invitational, did not play the Lions, but swept the competition. Reed Custer Immaculate Conception in Rock Ridge there. The 1-1 pitch is fouled back into the fence by Abby Watton. And it's 1-2. One-two count on Abby Watton with one away in the bottom of the fourth inning. Watton came in hitting .435. Called strike 3 on Abby Watton. Third strikeout for Danielle Strelo tonight. Brings up the catcher, Sine Martin. 2 outs in this fourth inning. First pitch from Strelo to Martin. Misses 1-0. Home plate umpire, Fred McNeely. John Washburn at first, John Caravan at third. A 1-0 count on the catcher, Martin. That pitch misses inside, 2-0. The 2-0 pitch by Strelo misses outside to bring the count 3-0. Kaylin Coleman on deck, the third baseman. As Strelo readies the 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle, strike one. It's 3-1 on Sine Martin. Martin popped out to second in the second inning. 3-1 pitch by Strelo. Swung on, that's popped out of play. Brings the count full on Sine Martin. 3-2, 2 outs, fourth inning, 0-0. Strelo readies to fire the 3-2 pitch. Roped foul down the left field line, and a nice snag made. He makes the catch. Looks like he had a camera. One-hands it. How about that play? A couple of great catches made by the fans here in the state championship game. And that pitch walks Sine Martin. So she hustles down to first base. Shelbyville has a runner on with 2 outs here in the fourth inning. And looks like we'll have a courtesy runner come out for the Shelbyville Lady Rams. Brooke Eisenbarth, the courtesy runner for Shelbyville. For the catcher, Sine Martin. Kaylin Coleman steps in. The third baseman reached on a dropped third strike in the second inning. 2 down in the fourth, 0-0. Here's the first pitch to Coleman, line foul down the third base line. Shelbyville's 33-7 on the season. Play one of the toughest schedules around. Losses to Clinton and Cumberland. Cumberland was a 1A finalist. So lost to Danville Schlarman, the second place finisher in Class 1A, as that is hit into left field, and the catch is made by Morrison Phillies left fielder Pullabush for the third out of the inning. We're still scoreless after 4. The Class 2A state championship game from the East Side Center. Welcome back to East Side Center. Under the lights, the Class 2A state championship game. 0-0 Morrison and Shelbyville. Allie Hansen, the third baseman, will lead off to face Shelbyville sophomore pitcher Grace Mall. Mall fires the first pitch to Hansen. Strike one. Hansen 0 for 3 last night. Had a sac bunt in the second inning tonight. Mall delivers the 0-1 pitch, which misses up high, and it's 1-1. That pitch dribbled foul down the first baseline, 1-2. On deck batter Allie Wiersma over there, the second baseman. 1-2 count on Allie Hansen. Hansen entered the state series .325 as she hits that one foul down the third baseline. Hansen, one of the seniors on this Phillies roster. It's 1-2 on Hansen. She was 3 for 6 in the state finals as that's a called strike 3. 7th strikeout for Grace Mall. And the batter, Allie Wiersma. First pitch to Wiersma. Low and inside, ball 1. Wiersma, the second baseman, grounded out to second in the second inning. The 1-0 pitch. Called strike 1. It's 1-1 on Wiersma. 2 for 3 last night, a single and a double, and 2 runs batted in. The 1-1 pitch just misses outside, and it's a 2-1 count on the second baseman, Allie Wiersma. Mall fires the 2-1 pitch right back to the circle, fielded, and the throw is made by Shelbyville shortstop Taylor Rhodes, the 6-3 ground out. Took a bounce just off the tip of Grace Mall's glove into the hands of shortstop Taylor Rhodes and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Sam Sumption, the batter for the Phillies, with 2 down, called strike 1 on the first pitch to Sumption. Here's the 0-1 pitch, drops down, and it's ball 1. One count on Sam Sumption, who was 1 for 3 with a run and RBI last night. Grace Mall's 1-1 to Sumption. Hit foul and out of play. Over foul territory in right field. 1-2 count on Sam Sumption. 2 down here in the 5th. The pitch by Mall, up high, misses to bring the count even at 2-2. Zeros on the board here at the top of the 5th inning. Sam Sumption, the batter, the 2-2 pitch. That's hit right into Taylor Rhodes' glove. Pop out to short. It's a 1-2-3, 5th inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 0-0, Shelbyville and Morrison, the Class 2A state championship game. Welcome back to the Eastside Center Class 2A state championship game. It's 0-0 between Shelbyville and Morrison. Bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be the 8-9-1 batters for the Lady Rams. Whitney Fox, Holly Schultz, and Hannah Dudley. Fox tonight struck out in the 2nd inning. She was 0 for 3 with a run scored last night. Fox, the left fielder. Danielle Strelo's first pitch misses inside. It's 1-0. 1-0 count on Whitney Fox. Danielle Strelo fires the pitch, misses outside. 2-0. Fox, a junior for the Phillies. And Strelo readies the 2-0 pitch. That's a called strike, 2-1 to Whitney Fox. Holly Schultz on deck for Shelbyville. They have 4 hits in this game. And a 0-0. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled out of play, 2-2. Sails back near the other diamond, the adjacent diamond where the 3rd place game was played out earlier tonight. A 2-2 count on Whitney Fox, the left fielder. Strelo fires. Misses, 3-2. Full count on Whitney Fox. Strelo fires that in, fouled back into the fence. Fox stays alive, 3-2. Talked about that tough schedule for Shelbyville. They played 2 of the Class 1A finalists, Cumberland and Danville Schlarman. They played Carterville 3 times this year. As the 3-2 pitch is delivered, lined up, second baseman makes the play on it. Throw over to first for the 4-3 ground out. Allie Wiersma to Christy Wiersma for the 4-3 ground out. Takes that bounce right near the pitcher's circle. Wiersma picks it up, makes the throw to Wiersma. Allie to Christy. Brings up Holly Schultz, the right fielder. She hits that one high into the air to shallow left field. The catch is made by Caitlin Finneran, the shortstop. 2 away in the 5th inning. 0-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th. And the leadoff hitter, Hannah Dudley, the second baseman, the batter. She grounded out to second in the 1st inning, hit into a double play in the 3rd. Strelo's first pitch rings up a strike on Dudley. 0-1. Strelo readies to deliver the 0-1 pitch. Check swing. And appeal down to first. Did not go. 1-1. One count on Hannah Dudley. The pitch by Strelo. Swung on, and that's hit into foul territory down the right field line. So a 1-2 count on Hannah Dudley. Dudley 0 for 2 tonight. 0 for 3 last night. She came in hitting .311. That's Fred McNeely, home plate umpire for this Class 2A state championship game. Morrison and Shelbyville 0-0. The 1-2 by Strelo. Misses 2-2. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Strelo readies the 2-2 to Hannah Dudley. Swing and a miss, strike 3 ends the 5th inning. Still scoreless, Morrison and Shelbyville in the Class 2A state championship game from the Eastside Center. Welcome back to Eastside Center. There's a look at the Morrison Phillies dugout as the Phillies are the Lady Rams of Shelbyville. Scoreless. The top of the 6th inning. Look at center field here at the Eastside Center. Nightfall set in. Top of the 6th inning for the Phillies. It'll be Paula Bush, Shannon Finneran, Marie Dieter, the 9-1-2 hitters. In the last inning, Morrison went down 1-2-3. First pitch by Grace Mall to Paula Bush, misses for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed, evens the count up 1-1. Bush 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out to second base, back in the 3rd inning. The 1-1 pitch, hit in the air, and a diving catch is made by Taylor Rhodes, the Shelbyville shortstop, for the first out of the inning. See this one again. Ball comes off the bat, pops up near third base, and Taylor Rhodes makes a diving catch. Hangs on to it in her glove, first out of the inning. That one lined down the third base line by Shannon Finneran. 1 away here in the 6th inning. 0-0. Class 2A state title on the line. The Mall delivery on 0-1 fouled back into the fence. It's 0-2. On Shannon Finneran, the center fielder, who's 0 for 2 tonight. A strikeout in the 1st inning and popped out to first in the 3rd inning. The 0-2 pitch misses outside. It's 1-2 on Shannon Finneran. Grace Mall's 1-2 pitch. This is high and inside. It's 2-2. Marie Dieter, the catcher, on deck for the Morrison Phillies. That pitch popped high in the air. Grace Mall going to come in, make the play along that third base line for the second out of the inning. And brings up the catcher, Marie Dieter. Shelbyville and Morrison scoreless. Top of the 6th inning, 2 outs. Maul's first pitch to Dieter. Misses outside, 1-0. Dieter 0 for 2, grounded out to short in the 1st inning. Struck out in the 4th. Here's the 1-0 pitch by Maul. Swung on, that's fouled out of play, back into the fence. A 1-1 count on Marie Dieter. 1 for 4 last night. A single. That one hit high into the air, and the play is booted. It's a fair ball, and Marie Dieter will reach. So Dieter reaches. The official score will be a hit. So a single for Marie Dieter. Two outs in the 6th inning. And the batter, Christy Wurzema. Looks like Morgan Ammon is the courtesy runner. Pitch inside misses, ball 1, 1-0 on Christy Wurzema. She's 0 for 2. Struck out in the 1st inning, popped out to short in the 4th. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Maul. Misses up high for a 2-0 count. That's courtesy runner Morgan Ammon for the catcher Marie Dieter. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That misses up high, so it's a 3-0 count on Wurzema. Wurzema went 1 for 5 at state last year with a run scored and a walk. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that is a strike, 3-1. Last night went 1 for 4, scored a run. That hit was a double. Here's the 3-1 pitch by Maul. And a called strike 2, 3-2, full count on Christy Wurzema, the Morrison Phillies first baseman. The 3-2 pitch by Maul, swung on, popped up, out of play. It's gonna take a bounce behind the plate. And Wurzema stays alive, 3-2. Popped out to short in her last at bat. Wurzema came into the state finals hitting .446. 8 home runs and 31 RBI. The full count pitch by Maul inside. Walks Wurzema. That puts Ammon over at second. And Wurzema aboard. Runners at first and second for the Phillies of Morrison in the top of the 6th inning. Caitlin Finneran, the shortstop, will bat for Morrison. Finneran reached on a single in the 2nd inning and an error in the 4th. That first pitch misses for ball 1. Finneran has made some fantastic plays in the field at shortstop. She had the game-winning RBI single against Quincy Notre Dame in the Super Sectionals that came in the 1st inning of a 1-0 win. It's a 1-1 count on Finneran. Top of 6, 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Phillies. Maul fires the 1-1 pitch. That swung on, hit deep into center field, back to the wall, and it is a home run for the Morrison Phillies. Caitlin Finneran, a 3-run bomb over the center field fence at Eastside Center. Caitlin Finneran with a 3-run shot. And the Morrison Phillies take a 3-0 lead in the Class 2A state championship game right off the bat, high in the air, all the way back to the center field wall, and just over the fence for a 3-run blast by Caitlin Finneran. Grace Maul's pitch. Lined over to Watton, and she steps on the bag for the ground out by Strelo. But a 3-run shot for Caitlin Finneran puts the Phillies up by 3 runs in the 6th inning. 3-0 Phillies in the Class 2A state title game at Eastside Center. Welcome back to the Eastside Center, where the Morrison Phillies take a 3-0 lead. A 3-run blast by Caitlin Finneran over the center field fence that scored courtesy runner Morgan Ammon and Christy Wurzma. And due up in the bottom of the 6th for Shelbyville. Taylor Rhodes, Shannon Boone, Grace Mall, the 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Lady Rams. Rhodes came in hitting .429 on the season. She was 0 for 3 last night. 1 for 2 tonight. Rhodes singled in the 3rd inning. She was tagged out at the plate to end the 3rd inning. First pitch from Strelo to Rhodes. This is up high and outside, and it's a 1-0 count on the shortstop Rhodes. The 1-0 pitch by Strelo. Swung on. That's hit foul and out of play. A 1-1 count on Taylor Rhodes. 3-0 lead for the Phillies. Strelo's 1-1 pitch. Down low, misses 2-1. Taylor Rhodes did a little bit of pitching this year, 2 innings. And 1 strikeout and 1 walk in those 2 innings of work in the circle. The 2-1 pitch by Strelo. Hit high into left field, and the catch is made by Phillies left fielder Paula Bush for the first out of the inning. Brings up Shannon Boone, the Shelbyville center fielder. Boone is 2 for 2 tonight, a pair of singles, 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd inning. Boone went 1 for 4 with an RBI last night. Strelo's first pitch to Boone drops down for a ball, 1-0. Four hits for the Lady Rams in tonight's game, but 0 runs on the board. 1-0 pitch by Strelo. And this is inside for ball 2. 2-0 count on the center fielder, Shannon Boone. Grace Mall on deck, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning, a 2-0 count on Boone. Strelo's 2-0 pitch, fouled back into the fence, and it's 2-1. Shelbyville looking for a state title in softball. Their boys basketball team won a state championship in 1995-96 as that 2-1 pitch is hit into center field, and that one's over the wall. A solo shot for Shannon Boone. And it's a 3-1 ball game. Shannon Boone hits her 10th home run of the season. 2 home runs in this state championship game at Eastside Center, and both over the center field wall as Boone launches that one over the center field fence, and it's a 3-1 game. Morrison leading Shelbyville. 1 out, bottom 6, Grace Small, the batter. Grace Small 0 for 2 tonight. Popped out to second in the 4th inning and grounded out to short in the 1st inning. Strelo's first pitch to Mall, called strike 1. The Rams now within 2 runs here in the state title game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Strelo's 0-1 pitch. That's down low, missing to bring the count even at 1-1. Abby Watton on deck for the Shelbyville Lady Rams. The 1-1 pitch on the way from Strelo. Mall hits that. The left field foul territory, and another catch made. That time by a Shelbyville fan. 1-2 count on Grace Mall. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Strelo readies the 1-2. The delivery. Mall lines that foul down the third base line. So a 1-2 count remains on Grace Mall. One away, bottom 6. 5 hits for the Shelbyville Rams. They plate their first run here in this 6th inning on a solo home run by Shannon Boone. Strelow's 1-2 pitch. Down low to even the count. Ball 2, 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way from Danielle Strelo. Fires that up high to miss. 3-2. Three-two pitch by Strelo. Swung on and ripped foul out of play. So a full count on the way. Again by Danielle Strelo, pitching to Grace Mall. Mall 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded down to short in her first at bat. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Mall rips that over to Finneran at short. Throw is good for the 6-3 ground out. That brings up Abby Watton, the first baseman. Watton is 0 for 2. Two outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Morrison 3, Shelbyville 1. Watton 0 for 2 tonight. A pop out to center and a strikeout. That pitch misses outside, 1-0. Sade Martin is on deck. Should Watton reach, he would bat. 1-0 count on the first baseman. Here's Strelo's pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. 1-1 on Abby Watton. 2 away, bottom of the 6th. 3-1 game. Phillies lead the Lady Rams. The 1-1 from Strelo. That misses outside to bring the count 2-1. Watton 0 for 2 last night with a walk. Strelo's 2-1 pitch. Swung on. That's hit into shallow left field, and making a track the catch is made by Paula Bush. That ends the 6th inning as we take a look at that inning-ending catch by Paula Bush in left field. Nice catch, and it's 3-1 heading to the 7th. The IHSA Class 2A state championship game. It's a 3-1 lead for the Morrison Phillies. Welcome back to Eastside Center Class 2A state championship game. After 6 innings of play, it's Morrison 3, Shelbyville 1. The Phillies batting their 6, 7, 8 hitters this frame. That's Allie Hansen, Allie Wurzema, Sam Sumption. The Phillies plated 3 runs in the 6th inning. It was actually scoreless until the 6th inning. A 3-run top of the 6th for the Phillies on a 3-run shot by Caitlin Finneran that scored Marie Dieter. Actually, Morgan Ammon, Marie Dieter's courtesy runner, and Christy Wurzema. Dieter had reached on a single, and Wurzema on a walk. Here's the first pitch to Hansen. This is for ball 1. And a solo shot in the bottom of the 6th inning by Shelbyville's Shannon Boone sets the score at 3-1, headed into the 7th. That pitch misses up high, and it's 2-0 on the third baseman, Allie Hansen. First batter of the 7th inning. Wurzema on deck. That pitch called, strike 1, 2-1. Hansen 0 for 3 last night. Last year, she was 3 for 6 with a run and RBI at the state finals. Here's the 2-1. That misses inside, 3-1. Top of the 7th inning, Morrison 3, Shelbyville 1. Here's the 3-1 pitch by Mall. Swung on and missed, strike 2. And the count is now full on Allie Hansen. Here's Mall's full count pitch. That one is fouled back into the fence and stays alive, 3-2. Hansen, a senior for the Morrison Phillies. along with the Lyle Invitational. Morrison also played in the Freeport Invitational, played some very strong large school competition. That 3-2 pitch ripped foul back in the fence. Played Marengo. They won a sectional today. Also played Metamora, Normal U-High, part of that Freeport Invitational. 3-2 count on Hansen. The pitch by Mall. Swung on and fouled back into the fence. In fact, Morrison beat Marengo 5-4. Also beat Metamora 10-9. As well as U-High 2-0. 3-2 count. Mall's pitch to Hansen. Misses to walk. Allie Hansen. And brings up Allie Wurzma, the second baseman. She's 0 for 2. Couple of ground outs tonight to second and short. Morrison leads Shelbyville 3-1. Pitch by Ball. Lays down the bunt. Foul, 0-1. An 0-1 count on Grace Ball. Tammy Dieter comes in. Talk to home plate umpire and will bring in a pinch runner for Allie Hansen. And that pinch runner will be Morrison's Tyler Fuller. And the batter is Allie Wurzma, facing an 0-1 count. Pinch runner Tyler Fuller running for Allie Hansen. Wurzma in the second inning, grounded out to second, to short in the fifth. Mall's 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a laid down bunt. Mall's going to field it, scoops it up, but safe on the bunt single by Wurzma. And that puts runners on first and second for the Morrison Phillies, as Wurzma's bunt single able to reach her and move Fuller over to second. Time called as Shelbyville catcher Sine Martin comes out to Grace Mall, and there's Coach Josh Maxwell talking with his infield. The Lady Rams trail the Morrison Phillies 3-1. Top of the seventh inning, no outs and runners on first and second. Allie Hansen reached on a walk, and her pinch runner Tyler Fuller moves over to second on the bunt single by Allie Wurzma. None out, seventh inning, 3-1 game. Morrison leads Shelbyville. Sam Sumption, the batter. And the pitch by Mall. Misses, ball one. Sumption 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out to the third, popped out to short in the fifth. That pitch misses up high, 2-0. Sumption was 1 for 3 with a run and RBI last night. She went 2 for 7 last year in the 2 games at the state finals. The 2-0 pitch laid down the first base line, and it rolls foul. Abby Watton, first baseman for the Shelbyville Rams. That's that spin foul, and it's a 2-1 count on Sumption. Picks her bat up, takes a couple swings. 2-1 count on Sumption here, the seventh. Showing bunt, lays it down. Mall comes up to field it, throw over to first, and that sacrifices Fuller to third and Wurzma to second. That brings up Paula Bush. Bush, the left fielder, with 1 out, runners on second and third. First pitch from Grace Mall. Slaps that one foul down the third base line. 0-1 count on Paula Bush. Grace Mall will switch out softballs. 1 away in the seventh inning. Morrison 3, Shelbyville 1. The Phillies have runners on second and third. Fuller at third, Wurzma at second. The 0-1 pitch by Mall. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Bush, the left fielder, grounded out to second in the third inning. That pitch misses outside. It's 1-2. Bush popped out to shortstop in the sixth inning. She drove in a run last night. As Ball delivers the 1-2, slaps it down the third base line. It's foul. Bush stays alive, 1-2. Morrison lost to Johnston City in the semis last year, as that is a called strike 3 on Bush. 8 strikeouts for Grace Mall. And that brings up Shannon Finneran, the Morrison center fielder. 2 outs in the 7th inning. First pitch down in the dirt, ball 1. 1-0 count on Shannon Finneran. 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning with runners on second and third. A 3-1 lead for Morrison. That pitch by Mall, called strike 1, evens the count, 1-1. Finneran popped out to the pitcher in the 6th inning, to first in the 3rd, and struck out in the 1st. Here's the 1-1 from Mall. Back to the pitcher, gets through, and that's going to bring in at least 1 run. And the stop sign is applied over at third base, and that will allow Finneran second on to throw. So it's an RBI single for Shannon Finneran. Takes second on the throw. Scores Fuller from third. Wiersma stops at third. And that brings up Marie Dieter. With 2 outs in the 7th inning, Morrison tacks on an insurance run here in the 7th inning, now leading 4-1. Runners on second and third. First pitch from Grace Mall. That's a called strike 1. Dieter is 1 for 3. A single in the last inning. The 6th. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Mall. Jams that one up, and the play is made by Taylor Rhodes, coming in from shortstop to make the grab. See that play again to end the top of the 7th inning. Taylor Rhodes comes in, makes the catch, and we head to the bottom of the 7th. Shelbyville trails by 3 runs. They have 3 outs to work with in the Class 2A state championship game. Morrison 4, Shelbyville 1. Welcome back to Eastside Center. 3 outs to work with. The Shelbyville Lady Rams trail by 3 runs, 4-1. Morrison on top of Shelbyville. The Rams had a solo home run off the bat of Shannon Boone in the 6th inning. Morrison plated 3 runs in the 6th on a 3-run blast by Caitlin Finneran. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Shelbyville this inning. That is Sine Martin, the catcher, followed by Caitlin Coleman, the third baseman, and left fielder Whitney Fox. Danielle Strelo will face Sine Martin, who's 0 for 1 tonight, popped out to second in the 2nd inning. She walked in the 4th. The Morrison Phillies infield, meeting in the circle. And they break their huddle, take their positions on the field. The bottom of the 7th inning, 4-1. Morrison leading Shelbyville. Sine Martin steps in. Sine Martin 0 for 3 last night, 0 for 1 tonight. 3-13 coming into the state finals. 4 home runs, 29 RBI, along with 2 doubles and a triple, and 14 runs scored. Martin, the catcher, a sophomore for the Shelbyville Lady Rams. Strelo to Martin. First pitch up high, misses ball 1. 1-0 count on Sine Martin. Strelo delivers the 1-0 pitch. That one misses up high to bring the count 2-0. Strelo's 2-0 pitch, called strike 1, 2-1. 4 of the 5 runs scored in the 6th inning. Morrison tacks on a run in the 7th as Strelo delivers the 2-1. Jams it foul back into the fence behind home plate, and it's a 2-2 count. Two and two on Martin. Caitlin Coleman on deck for the Shelbyville Rams. The 2-2 from Strelo. Swung on and ripped foul. Out of play. Martin stays alive on a 2-2 count. Each team with 5 hits tonight. 4 runs for Morrison, 1 for Shelbyville. Strelo's 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit high into left field. Back to the fence. And that's going to be an extra base hit for Sine Martin. A leadoff double in the bottom of the 7th inning. Sine Martin, the sophomore catcher, with a double to lead off the 7th inning for the Shelbyville Rams. Here it is again. Comes off the bat. High hit ball into left field. Takes a bounce, hits that fence, and allows Martin to reach second. Courtesy runner comes out for Shelbyville. And that courtesy runner will be Ashley Henney. So Henney at second base, courtesy running for the catcher, Sine Martin. No outs in the bottom of the 7th. A 4-1 lead for the Morrison Phillies. As Caitlin Coleman, the third baseman, steps up for the Lady Rams. She reached on a dropped third strike of the 2nd inning, popped out to left field in the 4th. So Coleman steps in. First pitch, called, strike 1. Strelo throws the 0-1. Swung on, popped back, and that one is out of play. 0-2 count on the third baseman, Caitlin Coleman. No outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Shelbyville has a runner on second. A leadoff double by Sine Martin. The 0-2 pitch over the head of the catcher, and that will allow the courtesy runner, Ashley Henney, to reach third on the wild pitch. 4-1 Morrison, bottom 7, 0 outs. The batter, Caitlin Coleman, facing a 1-2 from Danielle Strelo. And the pitch from Strelo. Up high, check swing. Strikeout by Coleman. 4 strikeouts for Danielle Strelo. Actually, 5 strikeouts for Danielle Strelo. 1 away, bottom 7. The batter, Whitney Fox. Runner on third for the Rams. That pitch misses up high for ball 1. A 1-0 count for Whitney Fox. The pitch by Strelo. Strike 1. A 1-1 count on Fox. She's 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out of the 2nd inning and grounded out to second in the 5th. Strelo takes a moment to tie her right cleat. And it's a 1-1 on Whitney Fox, the Shelbyville left fielder. The 1-1 pitch. Hit over to second base, and the putout is made by Morrison's Ali Ruzema. 2 outs, and the Morrison Phillies are 1 out away from winning the Class 2A state championship. Shelbyville has a runner on third. The batter is Holly Schultz for the Lady Rams. 4-1 Morrison. 2 outs, Danielle Strelo facing Holly Schultz. The first pitch misses up high, ball 1. A 1-0 count on the right fielder, Holly Schultz. Popped out to shortstop in her last at bat, the 5th inning. Here's the 1-0 from Strelo, missing up high. 2-0. Runner on third is Ashley Henney, the courtesy runner for Sine Martin, who led off the 7th inning with a double. 2 outs now for Shelbyville, and a 2-0 count on Holly Schultz. Danielle Strelo's 2-0 pitch. Misses up high, ball 3. 3-0 count on the right fielder, Holly Schultz. Here's Trelo's 3-0 pitch. Called strike one. So it's a 3-1 on Schultz. Morrison 4, Shelbyville 1. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, hit into play, fielded at second. The 4-3 put out. The Morrison Phillies have won the Class 2A state championship for the first time in program history. After 2 third-place finishes and a 4th-place finish, the Morrison Phillies defeat the Shelbyville Rams 4-1 to claim the Class 2A state title in 2011. A 3-run blast by Caitlin Finneran in the 6th inning helps boost the Phillies to a state title. The final out of the inning, the put-out made by second baseman Allie Wurzma on the throw to first baseman Christy Wurzma, and the Phillies win it, the 2A state title.
Head coach, Josh Maxwell. Assistant coach, Greg Reynolds.